In this video, we will focus on what makes evolution happen in a population. Evolution, there are two types of evolution: the macroevolution, when new species form, and we will discuss that later, and microevolution, when this is the smallest scale of evolution, when in a population the allele frequency changes over generations. So this is the smallest scale. What is really the prerequisite for evolution? The prerequisite for evolution is the genetic variance. What does it mean, genetic variance? Basically, mutation can cause genetic variance. Mutation are the only source for new genes and new alleles. That's really the important one. And only in cells that produce gametes and sex cells is the importance of mutation that will cause genetic variance. The mutation can be a point mutation in the gene, or chromosomal mutations, deletion, disruption, duplication, or rearrangement of the segments in the chromosomes. Usually mutations are not beneficial, so they are usually harmful. However, the most of genetic variation comes from sexual reproduction, and the three parts of sexual reproduction when shuffling of the alleles happens is the crossing over during meiosis prophase 1, independent assortment, and fertilization. The possibility of different combinations. So there's no evolution if no mutation happens in a population, random mating happens in the population, no natural selection happens in the population has a large population, and no gene flow happens in a population. At this time, if all of them are true, the frequency of the alleles stay the same over generation, so we can say no evolution happens. The population is in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. So what are the other factors that lead to evolution? The basic is genetic variation, it's a prereq. But what can cause evolution is non-random mating, for number one. Gene flow. Gene flow is the population gains or loses alleles due to migration. Natural selection also is that leads to evolution. That different success happens due to different traits in a population, and the traits are due to different alleles and mutation in the alleles. The different organisms with different traits, they gain reproductive advantages, and they can show adaptive evolution. The way how the evolution can happen is directional, when the trait will move to one extreme or the other, one way or the other. Disruptive, when two extreme traits will turn out to be, or stabilizing, that the trait will in the middle will be the well-expressed trait. We will discuss that in class. And I will show you guys graphs about that. The last one is that leads to evolution, can lead to evolution, is the small population. The size of the population is kind of small, so we can experience genetic drift, the allele frequencies drift by chance. This is really important, that it's a random, non-adaptive change in the allele frequencies by chance. So it's nothing really because it's better or not. Now, two manifestations of that is the founder effect, when we have few individuals who got isolated from a larger population. For example, here, the frequency of the red and the blue dots are pretty much the same, but only one red dot and 4 blue ones migrated to a different place, and they don't represent, their allele frequency does not represent the original population's allele frequency. The other one is the bottleneck effect, when there's a sudden change in the environment, like a fire or a flood, and that drastically reduces the size of the population. And for example, in here I have yellow, blue and red dots. You will see it later because I did not see that. You will not be able to see it. So there's a natural event, and only 1 yellow and 3 reds by chance were able to survive that natural disaster, and all of the blue one, for example, wiped out. So this is important for the sudden change in the environment, that drastically reduces the size of the population, and the new population's allele frequency does not represent the original ones. These are what I circle the topics that lead to evolution.